Hello everyone, it's Dio from Firm But Fair Gaming, bringing you another Diablo 3 video. Welcome everyone to another Season 25 video here in Diablo 3. Today we're going to be looking at another speed bounty farming Nefs build, and it is going to be the Valor Crusader using Darklight. Before we get into it, I do just want to make a little plug. We are trying to get up to 3K subs, and we're getting pretty close, so if you can, please hit the sub button, hit the like button. We enjoy making these videos for you guys, and we love the comments and questions we get asked, and we really enjoy doing it. So if you can do that, we'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, back to the video here, and let's get into it. So for this build, we are wearing the Valor, and so we are going to be using the 5 pieces because we're going to be using a Ring of Royal Grandeur. And so basically the way the Valor work is attacking with Fists of the Heavens empowers you, allowing Heaven's Fury to deal increased damage, and then hitting with Fists of the Heavens returns Wrath. So you're kind of building and spending your own Wrath as you hit with Fists of the Heavens, and it increases the damage of Fists of the Heavens and Heaven's Fury by 20,000%. So basically, it's the standard build for the Valor set where we have like the 5 piece. We got a Captain Crimson's. Our rings are generally the same. So we got a convention of elements. For if you're doing solo play, you can have a squirts. If you're doing group play, you can have a flavor of time. And also, if you're doing group play, rather than wearing the Bracer of Fury, you could sub in for a Nems Bracer. So that anytime you come to a pylon, you can pop the elite and use that. And kill it, get the additional resources and all that sort of stuff. And then for the cube, so this is the big thing for the cube, is that we're using Darklight. So I'll just go down to the cube here, and then of course I gotta fix my little chat cover thing that I have. Where is that? So that I can hide that. So here we go. Yeah, so we got Darklight. So just so you know, if you're trying to craft this, this is a one-handed flail. And so Darklight, Fist of Heavens now cast twice and deals 1,000% more damage. So when that factors in the additional damage that you're getting from your Aegis of Valor set, it's just going to do insane amounts of damage. And then we also have our Cassius Court of Righteousness. So Fist of Heavens costs 40% less Wrath and deals 170% more damage. So now it's dealing even more damage. And then we're going to have the Ring of Royal Grandeur, like I mentioned, to round out this set. For the gems that we're going to be using, pretty standard, where we have the resist gems in our gear. So the diamonds, just for a little bit of extra survivability. Really won't need it while we're doing our farming, but it's in there. For the helm, we're going with the Sliver of Terror for the cooldown, as well as the increased damage when skills are on cooldown. And then we are still utilizing the Remnant of Pain. So I'm using this for the passability effect, so I can just move through enemies as I'm going, just in case my horse is down. And then when I'm farming Nefs and Bounties, I'm using Boon of the Hoarder so that I'm getting tons of gold. And then I am also using Gogok just for the increased speed, the cooldown reduction, just to help get my steed off CD so I can continue flying through rifts and through bounties as I'm doing them. So just to show it in action, just going to throw up a video here in the bottom. Hopefully it doesn't, is it going to block my skills? It's going to block it a little bit, so I will shrink it just a little bit. So basically the video is just going to show how fast it moves, its mobility, and why it's so efficient. As you can see, it's just basically one-shotting everything that's on the screen, and it's so quick because the horse will always be up and whatnot. But let me get into, I'm getting sidetracked, let me get into the actual skills that we have. So of course, because we're utilizing Fists of the Heavens, doing all our damage, so we're going to be having that with Fissure as the rune. So basically it calls forth Pillar of Lightning, and it tackles out and does a ton of damage, so it kind of looks like this. And then because we're getting it to cast twice, like basically everything's dying, and then it generates Wrath everything it hits, so it's kind of like a Thor build, if you will. Then we also have Falling Sword with Rapid Descent, so this basically is an increased mobility. So just to show this, so again, kind of like Thor, we just get to fly through the air, crash down to the ground, throw some more lightning, kill a bunch of stuff, and then get on our horse and go. That being said, the next ability that we have is Steed Charge with Endurance. So we went with Endurance just in case, like, we're trying to cross distance, running towards the next objective. We want to get there as fast as we can, so that 3 extra seconds is helpful. Plus, with our weapons, we're getting that 400% 400% damage after we get off the horse, but I mean, we're already going to be one-shotting everything anyways, but it's a nice additional bonus. Then again, for the next ability, we have Laws of Hope with Wings of Angels. So basically, it's a little bit of survivability. So the law surrounds us and our allies with a shield, and it also empowers us to run through. We already have that from our Soul Shard and our weapon, but basically the main thing here is it increases our move speed when we can't mount and when we can't use Falling Sword by 50%. So this is, like I said, it's a mobility build. We just want to be quick. So we got that extra 50%, and then we also have healing there just for a little bit of survivability because we're going kind of glass cannon. But we should be fine. Like, I have yet to die using this build unless, like, you know, I was bad and stood in something that I really shouldn't have. Then, of course, we're using Akarat's Champion with Profit. So we explode with power, increases our damage, our wrath regeneration, and we gain armor. And yeah, and then of course we take fatal damage. Akarat's Champion will keep us alive and return us to full health. And then the last one here, we are using Judgment, so it passes Judgment on all enemies, immobilizing them. And for every one that we judge, we get healed. So again, it's just a little bit of a survivability healing thing while we're going through. Ultimately, you can pick. You could, if you really wanted to, do like Iron Skin with, where is it? Flash, which gives you some movement speed as well. Just again, because this is a movement build, we're doing things quickly, farming keys, farming bounties. GRs, it's great at farming lower GRs, like level 100s. It doesn't, because the build is based on Heaven's Fury for when we're actually pushing. We don't have it in our skill set here, so it's not as efficient when pushing GRs. I'll make a different video for speed GRs for the Crusader later on, but this is for just farming keys and farming bounties for the most part, and lower level GRs, so I just wanted to call that out. For the rotation, it's going to be pretty simple because we just always want to be moving forward. We're just going to start with our horse. Well, we're going to start in Akarat's, then use the horse, throw up our Laws of Hope. If we get surrounded, we're going to throw at the judge, and then when our horse is down, we're going to use our Falling Sword to move. But basically, as soon as you throw your fishers down, like, everything on the screen is just going to get absolutely destroyed. So that's just basically it. Throw down your lightning, be a little bit of Thor, call it down, get on your horse and run. When you need to, use the Falling Sword for mobility. So you basically be the God of Thunder and just fly around, and it is a lot of fun. This is one of my most fun speed builds that I like to play because it's just so much fun watching everything blow up, because the Fist of the Heavens just really destroys absolutely everything, and you cross so much ground so quickly. It is, I think, as quick as the GH, the God GH that does DH, Demon Hunter, that does all that most people use for when doing bounties. I can keep up with them. It's a lot of fun, especially like you can actually, the Falling Sword in some of the maps where there's, you know, you're in the barracks or Adria map, you can fly over top of walls, whereas everybody else has to actually go through the doorway. So it's a ton of fun. Everything dies. I just can't, like I said, this is one of my most favorite builds, so I just love it. So this brings us to the end of the video. If you have any questions or comments, or if you have your own Crusader speed build that you like to use, leave it in the comments below. Let me know about it. I'd love to hear about it. Crusader is one of my favorite heroes to play, probably my third favorite. So I'd definitely be interested to see what you do for speed builds. If you have, you know, anything else you want to share about your Diablo 3 experience, or if there's any videos that you would like to see, let us know. As always, like I mentioned earlier in the video, we appreciate it. Likes, shares, and subscribes. Help us hit that 3K number. And I hope you're enjoying Season 25.